Hello and welcome to the Soulful Mamas podcast. You're with your host Maria and welcome to this day. Today is a Maria's Musings day, and what I'm musing on is this upcoming super full moon in Aries, which for us in New Zealand it's going to be the wee hours of Friday morning, which is the 18th of October, but for most of the world the date will be October 17th. So super full moon is when the moon is closest to the earth, and it is the closest for this year. I think I'm right there. So it's going to see bigger and brighter, and so therefore the pull and the influence of it, if you like, will be stronger. And we know that the moon informs and influences our water bodies, our tides, our earth in many, many different ways. And we are a part of this earth. Everything is connected, interconnected. And of course, therefore, it's going to have an influence on us as well. And given that we're over 70% water, and the moon has that pull on the water bodies, of course, we're going to feel it within our physical body as well, this stirring within. And that may well look like emotions, because the waters have been stirred up. So if you're feeling more emotional, that's completely normal. If your children are being really emotional, even to the point of irrational, again, normal. We're all feeling, I know I'm certainly feeling the build up to this full moon. It's usually a couple of days out that I notice it more so, the not being able to sleep very well, and unfortunately that's our whole household, so it's not fun in the mornings always. So with the full moon being Aries is fire sign, the more about self and action, getting things done, that type of energy, whereas the sun is still in Libra, and Libra is about balance, about harmony, justice, teamwork, unity, that type of thing. So you've got a little bit of a push-pull there with the Aries Libra axis dance going on. So that sense of self, which is actually, I guess, like anything, you can reframe and see any situation from all different lenses, which, it's a good thing to be able to have perspective and be able to see from other lenses as well. And therefore you're getting that bird's eye view of the whole picture, rather than just taking one little segment and thinking this is the way, the only way. So it is good to have that overall perspective on on everything. With the focus on self in Aries, one way of looking at that is that it's a good time to look at, your boundaries. When you say your sacred yes, when you say your sacred no, do you have boundaries in place with family members, with your children, with friends, with colleagues, with, whoever? Are they even there, and are you pretty solid in them, or are they quite movable? Flexible to the point of other people know that they can walk right through that boundary. So with that energy of Aries coming in, and more sense of self and moving forward on purpose, action, doing, that type of feeling, could well help us strive to do the things that we want to do for ourselves. And particularly as parents, particularly as mamas, it's so important to put our own life jackets on first. It feels like we're being selfish by putting ourselves first. It kind of goes against the normal narrative now, that societal picture that we can do it all. And I mean, who knows, as a kid growing up in the 80s, and when the slogan of girls can do anything came in, I just loved that so much. But it feels like we can do everything, but do we need to do everything? The pendulum swung so far now that, that messaging, I can do everything, that I held as a child, years later, I've had to really unpack a lot of that and undo and release some of that, because I was trying to do it all. And I was completely out of balance with that. And I know I'm certainly not alone in that mindset and that thinking. So with the way I'm seeing this full moon and the way I'm looking at it for myself personally, and it may resonate for you, that's why I'm sharing it, is that what is it for you that you can do to put yourself first? And it might be really small little things. It might start with saying yes when you mean yes and saying no when you mean no. The sacred yes, the sacred no. Not what people think you should say or do. This is what your soul is saying. And so it's putting yourself, your needs first in that way. And, you know, the more that you can fill yourself up with having your needs met, and beyond just the basic needs of sleep and food, there is the thing that often lacks with us mums is the joy factor, the fun factor. And you know why? One of the reasons why is because we forget how to play, or we forget to play, full stop. Our children are constant reminders of how to drop into that present moment and have the most fun with a cardboard box or stones on the beach or whatever it is that they have. They can drop into that space so beautifully, and they're in this little portal of timelessness. So when you try and pull them out and say tidy up or go and do something else, they don't listen. But it's not intentional. It's because they're so engaged and loving what they're doing in that moment, and it's beautiful. And that is something we, particularly us mums, need to really take note of and try and embody that for ourselves more so. I often hear mums say, oh yeah, it's all right for hubby or partner. They're the fun one. They get to do all the fun things. And that seems to be a common thread, while if this is the your routine, your home life, it varies, I totally know, but say it's dad's at work and then comes home, and then at that point mum is then racing around trying to get dinner done and whatever other jobs. Well, dad plays with the children, rough and tumble, and has fun. And there's actually a little bit of resentment often there that mum can't have that playtime as well. But you know what? We have to recognize that, notice that, and it's up to us to do something about it. Realize the importance of it, and then change that for ourselves. Make that shift and implement, change your current rhythm, your home rhythm routine, and give yourself permission to play. Absolutely. It's once it becomes a non-negotiable, it's so much fun. The world becomes lighter and more joyful and joyous, and you start to drop into this beautiful flow, what your children are often in that timelessness. So yeah, something to think about. But obviously, to experience that fully, you need to put yourself first and think of what you yourself actually need, crave, desire. So I think harnessing the energy of Aries in this super full moon, supercharged, like you can imagine a big spotlight beaming out onto towards us, and if you can feel that right now beaming towards you, that light, what's it amplifying? And if it's this energy of Aries of yourself, what can you do? What is it that you can do that's going to really fill you up fill your soul, nourish you on all of those levels. So I think it's quite exciting to look at that energy in that way. And then we're looking across to Libra, where the sun is in Libra, harmony, balance, unity, that type of thing. And then it's coming into finding that balance point of honoring yourself and your needs, and then linking in with the energy of, harmony, family, balance, unity, that. So there comes a point where there's that sweet spot. It feels in flow and it feels true and in deep alignment. You'll feel it in your body, and knowing of like the taking that breath, dropping your shoulders, and you're in this beautiful flow of life. And life's not meant to be a constant day in, day out struggle. It's not meant to be that you get to the end of the day and you collapse in a heap on the couch or fall asleep. There's the medicine, the antidote to feeling like that is fun and joy. And us mums, it's something that, the mother wound going way back most likely, but there's a lot of self-sabotage and there's a lot of self-sacrifice and martyrdom to the point where, oh no, well, I can't do that now. I can't do, oh no, in my previous life I did this, but no, not now. It's all about being a mum, being a partner, being a wife, whatever that looks like. It doesn't have to be, but I am that. It's and I am. And I am a hiker, and I am a swimmer, a dancer, a storyteller, a singer, a gardener, a tree climber, tree hugger, all of the things, It's and. You just expand. With having children, stepping into that role of mother and the beautiful journey of motherhood, it's an expansion on all of the levels. We don't have to constrict and sacrifice and give up something. It's an and. So, allow that breath to expand in your body. We're so, as mothers, closed, the shoulders are rounded and hunching, forever in that figure of holding the young child. But there is a time where we need to expand as well. It's a breathing in and a breathing out, we nourish our children, and we need to nourish ourselves. So this super full moon, that is my musing. That's my message I'm sharing with you, but it's also for myself. It's what I am really looking at and getting that, looking after myself in order to get the balance in, for myself, for my family, for my work, for everything that I do. And that does require me to look at my sacred yeses and my sacred no's, and thinking about that loving limit, the boundaries, and really honouring those for myself and therefore the other people that it impacts as well. Yeah, so that's my little musings for today. I hope something aligns, or you can connect in with that as well. And so do get in touch, ask questions, share your own thoughts and musings. This full moon it's a big one that covers there's so many aspects to it, but that's my little slither for today. And I just wanted to say, if you're listening to this in the next day or so, I am running the Wheel Turns, my next cycle of that, and that starts Thursday night, which is tomorrow night, 17th of October, 7:30 to 9 o'clock p.m. New Zealand time. And we're going to start with really dropping in deeper to working with this full moon energy, really asking some big questions and going deeper into that, some meditation and beautiful conversations. And it's going to be fortnightly until the 12th of December. So I think it's 5 times that we meet over Zoom. Yeah, and I'm really, really excited about bringing this last section as we approach the end of the year. I can't even believe I'm saying that. It's mid-October, everybody. Can you believe it's actually October? Oh, I can't. Yeah, so anyway, that's what I'm offering at the moment. And it's just a small group of beautiful women connecting, sharing, learning, growing, flowing. So if you're interested, give me a message, DM, Instagram, Facebook, or maria@parentingwithsoul.com. And I can give you more details. I'd love to have you there. You'd be so welcome. In the meantime, though, have a most wonderful, soul-filling week ahead and amazing full moon experience where you're have a good look at where you're shining that light into those areas that you want to really nourish and nurture just that little bit more. Okay, have a beautiful day.